welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be going over a pretty common topic, the classical skinny fat. What to do if you're skinny fat. Do you bulk? Do you cut? I've been getting a lot of DMs recently, so I figured I would answer them on here to try and help you guys and as many people as possible. So check this out. It says, "Hi coach, hello. I have a question for you, please. I am a classical skinny fat male that needs to build some muscle. My only issue is I don't want to increase my calories because I gain fat very easily, and I always, I think he means already, feel uncomfortable with the way he looks." Pretty standard there. Should I cut or should I bulk and just take the hit to build muscle? Right, so skinny fat, okay, it means under muscled, so you're kind of skinny arms like me right now, but you still have a little bit of body fat, so you've still kind of got the belly. So we've got under muscled, too much fat. What do? Do we cut? Do we bulk? Do we train? Do we do cardio? I'm gonna dive in now and break it down for you. So the way I see it, we have three options, yeah? We have a lean bulk, we have a cut, and then we have a body recomp. So I'm gonna start off with the lean bulk. What is a lean bulk? A very, very small increase in calories. First of all, we need to find our maintenance calories. So easy, Google maintenance calorie calculator, click. The first one that comes up is the one. Height, weight, activity, done, boom. It's pretty much accurate, everyone uses it, okay? A lean bulk, so let's talk about that. A slight surplus in calories, maybe 10% over your maintenance. If it's 2,500, we're looking at, 2,750 calories, 10%, yep. Okay, obviously resistance training, which we're gonna get into. So a lean bulk would slowly build muscle. However, if you look in the mirror, male or female, if you look in the mirror and you think, I do not like the way I look, I have too much fat on me, you do not have the right to go into a gaining phase, whether it's a dirty bulk or a lean bulk. Even if it's a lean bulk, if you already are too fat, you're going to get fatter. So that's option one, obviously not a fan. Option two is cut, straight up deficit. Maintenance calories, again, let's take 2,500 like we said. Let's pull it down to 2,000. Let's go to quite an aggressive cut. You're thinking, well, I've got a little bit of fat to lose. This is great. Let's pull this fat off and then let's go into a gaining phase. Not a bad idea. We can still, I'm guessing this person is a beginner, okay? The fact that they're skinny fat shows they have no muscle, so they're a beginner, whether they want to admit it or not. They can build muscle in a calorie deficit for a decent amount of time. So if they were gonna go, into a 90-day plan, they'll be able to build muscle the whole way through this plan, just nowhere near as much as somebody in a lean bulk, for example, okay? Third option, okay, this is the option that I personally prefer, and I'll explain why, is a recomp phase. So 2,500 calories, okay, is your maintenance. I would sit pretty much there or slightly below. Let's call it, between 23 and 2,500 calories if your maintenance was 2,500 calories, okay? What we're gonna do here, this is my preferred method, and I'll explain why, is we're gonna focus on a proper training plan, which is going to allow us to burn calories as well. We're going to focus on some cardio and some steps, which are going to kind of pull us into a very small deficit. And by doing this, we're going to get a nice recomp effect. We're going to lose a little bit of fat. We're going to build a little bit of muscle, okay? This is ideal. I have done this with so many clients, and you'll be surprised how much fat you lose because they are hyper responsive to training. They're hyper responsive to cardio, and they were just probably eating like crap in the first place, okay? So what do we do with training? Let's start here. So training, all 90% of us need are 3 sessions a week. 3 full body resistance sessions a week. So chest, back, shoulders, arms and legs in one session, the same in session 2, the same in session 3. Your best bet is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Do not train full body Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Your sessions will be terrible. It completely defeats the point. By doing this, in our recomp phase, we're gonna have enough calories to fuel our workouts. We're gonna have enough protein, which we're gonna get into in a second. And we're still gonna be burning fat because we're gonna be hyper responsive to training. It's important that these 3 workouts are full of compound lifts. Think incline bench press, overhead press, some sort of a deadlift from the floor, a trap bar deadlift, conventional deadlift, stiff leg deadlift, whatever, yeah? Think a squat movement, squat, lunge, hack squat, leg press, any sort of horizontal row and vertical pull. Think cable row, pull down, assisted chin up, and then we can finish off with the fun stuff like shoulders and arms, okay? But the bulk of your training should come from these big compound lifts because they recruit the most amount of muscle fibers, something our skinny fat male or female needs, especially female. Don't just think this is for men. With a female, you just bias a little bit more lower body stuff in there. With a male, you bias a little bit more upper body stuff in there. Okay, in terms of sets, without getting too complicated, we're looking at around 10 to 20 sets per week. Everybody's different and everybody can kind of deal with different levels of volume. You may increase it over time. Rep range, don't overcomplicate this. Let's work in the 6 to 20 rep range and make sure we are getting stronger. That is it. If you're getting stronger in the 6 rep range, the 12 rep range, the 15 or the 20 rep range, you will build muscle, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. Make sure if you do this over 90 days, when you look at your diary that you're keeping, because you should be tracking your training, you are getting stronger. You'll build more strength in a recomp phase than you will in a steep cut, okay? That's another reason why I kind of favor this, because we want to build muscle, whether you're male or female. Next, cardio and steps, okay? We know we're building muscle, we know we have the calories to help with this, but hey, we still have some body fat to lose. Let's focus on cardio. What type of cardio? We have low intensity, steady state cardio, LISS. We have high intensity interval training, HIIT. For now, we're just gonna focus on LISS, low intensity, steady state cardio. If you're training 3 times a week, let's start with 3 cardio sessions a week. Let's start at 20 minutes per session. Imagine this is over 90 days, because you can literally transform your entire body over 90 days. I will show you, I've done it with multiple people. Okay, 3 20-minute cardio sessions. This can be on an exercise bike, a rowing machine, an incline walk, a very light jog. We don't want to be doing any sprint work, any HIIT work right now. It's going to impact our recovery. Our goal is to build muscle and lose body fat. That can come later on when we're a little bit more advanced. As you go through these phases, let's say month 1, 2, and 3, keeping calories at 2,500, we can increase our cardio and our steps, which will increase our deficit without having to pull our calories down, which is going to affect our sessions and our energy. Remember, you're still building muscle right now, you're still losing body fat. You're doing both at the same time during this 90-day period, if you're a beginner, okay? Month 1, 3 times 20 minutes of cardio. Month 2, 3 times 25 minutes of cardio. Month 3, 3 times 30 minutes of cardio. It is plenty. In terms of where do you fit this cardio in, post-workout or as far away from the session as possible, meaning AM cardio first thing in the morning, train in the afternoon or the evening, or train in the morning, cardio in the evening. The only time we don't do cardio is pre-workout, because we have to prioritize our strength training because we need to get stronger. And if you've just done 20 minutes on a bike and you're soaked in sweat, and then you go into your heavy sets of squats for the day, it's just not going to happen for you. Next, steps. So steps, we all know it, 10,000 steps a day. All we have to do is just focus on a step target. As you start to get leaner, we have something called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Me right now, fidgeting, moving, making videos, talking rubbish, okay? This burns calories. Over time, you'll notice as you get leaner, your NEAT will start to decrease. This is a huge amount of calories burned in a day for all of us, okay? You'll notice you sit down more, you speak a little bit like this, you're a little bit slower, everything just starts to slow down. So by tracking your step count, not on the Whoop because it doesn't do it, by tracking your step count and being consistent with it, we know we have the same amount of steps per day. We might say 8,000 steps a day in month 1, we might say 10,000 steps a day in month 2, and maybe we'll move to 12,000 steps a day if you don't have a life and you have the time in month 3. We're looking at between 30 to 50 calories burnt per 1,000 steps. If you are a small female, around 30 calories. If you are a bigger 6'4" guy with a little bit of muscle, which shouldn't be you if you're watching this, maybe 50 calories. So, you know, 10,000 steps a day, it's an extra between 300 and 500 calories per day. It makes a huge, huge difference over 90 days. Last thing is macros. We've spoken about 2,500 calories. Now, protein is a very important macronutrient when it comes to body composition. It helps us build muscle. It helps us repair muscle. It has a high thermic effect. We can lose up to 20% of it through digestion alone. It is the one. It's important. Let's use it. How much? 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you are extremely overweight, 1 gram of pound per goal body weight. If you're a 250 pound guy, but you want to be 180 pounds, that's your target. We're looking at 180 grams of protein, but you're not skinny fat, you are fat. You need to be in a cut. Separate video. Protein, gram per pound. Carbohydrates and fats. Everyone gets confused by this. Carbohydrates make me fat, fats make me fat, calories make you fat. Let's keep fats between 20 and 30% of your total calories, and carbohydrates can do the rest. 4 calories in a gram of protein, 4 calories in a gram of carbs, 9 calories in a gram of fat. This is why it makes you fat, because it's easy to overeat this macro. So, very straightforward, okay? Protein, fats, carbs. If you happen to have a high fat day when you're trying to eat your 2,500 calories, you need to have a low carb day. If you have a high carb day, to stay at 2,500, you need to have a low fat day, because protein is always going to be consistent at 1 gram per pound of body weight. Right, that's enough of this video. Pretty straightforward there. There's a lot just thrown at you, but that's how you fix being skinny fat. Get strong, eat your protein, and sit in a nice recomp phase.